Ladies, we are here tonight on the show. And tonight, we, let me, is the sound working? Because the computer was acting weird. Let me see. Okay, we do have sound. Great to know, man. So yeah, a bunch of wrestling news coming out tonight. Then we got SmackDown recap, and then we'll call it a night here tonight on a Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So officially, I remember a few weeks ago, Tony Khan he said he had an announcement, and the announcement ended up being that they were going to do a reality show, a showing live, showing, giving you more access to the life of the wrestlers, like the real life stuff. And also, they said that same day that they debuted that episode, Adam Cole was going to make his return back to Dynamite, and it's been announced it will be March 29th. So pretty much, Adam Cole is pretty much out for another month. March 20. We are only in March 3, March 4. So that is still not for a while, ladies and gentlemen. So Adam Cole is probably going to be still out for at least probably another 3 weeks. But at least it's been announced. AEW All Access premieres March 29th. And then along with that, assuming he is medically clear, Adam Cole will also make his return that day. So mark it on your calendar. If you're an Adam Cole fan, March 29 will be Adam Cole's return, March 29. All right, ladies and gentlemen, more news coming around here. Let's see here. Here we just got more news coming out here tonight. Ronda Rousey, apparently, like the injury she suffered, supposedly they said it was, Tegan Knox and Shotzi hurting her backstage. But apparently there is some type of legit injury there, but it's not big enough. She should still be fine to compete at WrestleMania. It says Ronda Rousey's injury is aggravated prior injury. It is not expected to interfere on her ability to wrestle at WrestleMania in 4 weeks. But yeah, they're saying there's something there for sure. That's why she was on a sling, but it's nothing too big. It's a minor injury, and she should be fine for WrestleMania. We don't even know what her WrestleMania plans are, though. Let's see here. Got a bunch of SmackDown stuff that I'll get to later on tonight that I'm just going to cruise by right now, because right now I'm more focused on the news. Then we'll focus on SmackDown when I get to it at the finish. You smell me? So Eddie Kingston, pretty much saying some stuff. Like he said he's rather happy working for Ring of Honor than he was for AEW, saying that the locker room is better, and Ring of Honor saying, I went into a Ring of Honor locker room and felt free from snakes, free from liars, free from disgusting ego maniacs. That's all for self and not for the company. It felt good to be with me, man and woman who want to do their jobs. I remember when AEW used to be like that. When your heart is broken, there are just only one way I know how to act. With anger, AEW doesn't need me, so yeah, I snapped. But I know Ring of Honor needs me to at least fight the big Swiss champ, trying to mature. Oh, I hate it. So he pretty much talked shit about the AEW locker room, and he said the Ring of Honor was better. But then he kind of said, no, guys, it's not really you guys, it's me. I'm pissed because I wasn't so successful in AEW. And, pretty much saying, hopefully I'm successful. And, he says AEW doesn't need me, but, maybe Ring of Honor. So, yeah, I think that was his way on apologizing to the wrestlers in AEW. But we'll see. I mean, because you're attacking the wrestlers, right? It's the same fucking owner, right? Tony Khan. So who you're really attacking is the wrestlers from AEW, saying that the wrestlers from Ring of Honor are better. But yeah, whatever. Let's see here, more stuff. Let's see here. So Chris Jericho saying, I have no. He said I never got the win back versus Action Andrade. I don't need to. I never need to beat Action Andrade ever, nor will I. I will never beat Action Andrade. I'm telling you that right now. So I think he's pretty much talking that. I think this was actually with Kevin Nash, and on his podcast, and he was saying, yeah, like it's fine. The kid beat me. No, there's no point of me getting a remix to get the W back. Let the kid get his young kid get his big W over myself. A future Hall of Famer, and let's see what he can do with it. There's no point of me going back and beating him. It kind of buries him. So let him go with the win. So yeah, Chris Jericho, I think he's trying to make back better stars. Tony Khan, on bringing in like other wrestlers like he did this past Wednesday with that luchador, the one that did he ran the ropes and then he did the backflip outside the ring on everybody. Pretty much talking about how he's willing to bring other wrestlers on, even if they're not signed, to give them a chance. We work with wrestlers in AEW. Anytime they have a big opportunity, if people come to us and say, this is going to be good for us, as long as it's not going to hurt the company, it's going to be good for them. I want people to have these opportunities. Yeah, so Tony Khan just saying how he gives outsiders a chance to compete in AEW. Paul Heyman talking about Sami Zayn. And he hopes that in 6 months from now, he's still as big as he is right now. That's the object of what we do. I hope 6 months from now, people are still clamoring more for Sami Zayn. That's what we do. We try to make stars out of everyone within our bloodline story. All right. So although like reports said they were trying to cool him down, right? Because they don't want him. They don't want fans to start cheering for him over Cody Rhodes. So we'll see. And then John Jones from the UFC challenges Brock Lesnar to a potential fight. He actually fights tonight. Imagine if he wins and he calls out Brock Lesnar after the fight. Let's say maybe that's why Brock Lesnar is saying bye, because maybe he's going to go to the UFC and fight John Jones. Let's see here. If fighting Brock Lesnar would have been cool from cross-up sport promoting, and we both would have done great things for our family and our team, financially, that would have been massive. Never say never. Brock, if you're watching, wow. So, yeah, so he pretty much he's still interested in that Brock Lesnar fight. Yeah, this was teased. Brock Lesnar, he had I think he wrestled Mark Hunt while he was with WWE a few years ago. And then they said Daniel Cormier was brought up, John Jones was brought up, but it never happened. But there you see John Jones, he got bigger, right? He got more muscle now. He gained muscle weight. So now I want to see how John Jones looks tonight. I'm curious to see if the muscle weight slows him down, like his speed. I'm curious. Because that was his thing, right? He was super athletic. He was super fast. Let's see if the adding the muscle weight slows him down. That's gonna be a good fight tonight, man. I'm gonna try to watch that puppy. But dude, if Brock Lesnar fights John Jones, that's gonna be big money, man. If I'm Dana White, I'm calling after this fight. First of all, I'm praying John Jones wins tonight. And then I'm freaking calling Brock Lesnar. I'm like, hey, you want to do this, buddy? Let's go. So I'll offer him like fucking, I don't know, $3 million. That's a problem, though, that Brock makes like about $10 million in the WWE. He looks at that UFC money like a piece of shit. Only $3 million. So when I make 10 in the WWE. Let's see here. Sean Ross Sapp pretty much conforming the reports that I never heard anything about Adam Page supposed to retain the title at Double or Nothing, and CM Punk changing the mind of Tony Khan to have CM Punk win. Yeah, a bunch of people are saying that's not true at all. They're just making that up. Let's see here. And then Bryan Danielson talking about how Jade Cargill has shown interest in going to Japan for a few months and trying to get better. She had expressed interest to me in being able to go to Japan and work like a tour for 3 months. She would come back a completely different wrestler. Yeah, this could be a possibility. I mean, I said it. I would put the TBS championship on Britt Baker because she's your biggest star. And right now, just to have her out there, kind of not doing much, just freaking being Jamie Hayter's partner. I don't know. I would put the TBS champion on Britt Baker. And yeah, if you feel like sending Jade Cargill to Japan for a few months, hoping that can make her a better wrestler, I would go for it. I really would. If I was Tony Khan. And I think that's about it. Well, we have more articles to open. Some other stuff from Rampage. Keith Lee came back, and I think he's in a tag team now with Dustin Rhodes, and he's wearing like a cape. Oh man, I hope he doesn't fucking do like a superhero gimmick. Jesus Christ! And then it's officially confirmed it will be a Bury Alive match between Christian and Jungle Boy. Is this a way to get Ray Christian off? Is he retiring? Is he possibly going back to WWE? Maybe to tag team with Edge for that final time before Edge retires? I'm thinking the reason they're doing this because Christian's leaving AEW, whether it's to retire or go back to WWE. But yeah, those are some chicken nuggets from Rampage. Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. More news. Okay, not really. Let's see. I have two more articles. Two more websites have to open, and then if there's no news, then we'll go to SmackDown recap. Last night a girl was crying because what's her name, Liv Morgan lost, and they brought the girl back to the locker room so she can get her autograph and stuff and a picture. So that was cool of WWE. You know, Rhea Ripley posted a pic on her the picture on her profile picture of the girl crying. But that was cool by WWE letting the girl go backstage and saying hello to her. And then look at this shit, man. Some fan on Twitter posted a picture of Wheeler Yuta bleeding, and they said, imagine you're Stone Cold Steve Austin on your ranch drinking a beer, scrolling Twitter, and you see this being compared to you, and it's Wheeler Yuta just bleeding. And then Kevin Nash is like, don't worry, he ain't watching. And then Undertaker's like, huge pop. I know for sure. Are they making fun of AEW? I mean, I'm sure they are. I mean, didn't they just have Chris Jericho on the podcast, though? Kevin Nash? I have no idea. I mean, that was pretty interesting. Undertaker and Kevin Nash on Twitter talking about Wheeler Yuta. Oh, man. Let's see here. Okay. I think we have one more website and then we're officially done. One more website. And this is fast. Lacey Evans, for the second time, has posted something controversial on social media. I think a few months ago, she said something about autism and how certain food you eat give you more chance of getting autism. And I think what she was trying to say is, look at back in the day, there wasn't as many autism as there is now. And obviously, because back then it wasn't studied as much. Now it's more studied. When I had, I do have Asperger's, but when I was a little kid, people were like, what? Where now you have Asperger's? My friend or my cousin has it. You know, it's because it's become more common. Like, there's more information about it. Pendejo is for Lacey Evans. And now she said something about how to not be depressed, make more money, do more. I don't know. She got once again criticized for it. Um, oh man, man, she just got to stay off social media, or at least stop sharing all that shit she sees on social media. But yeah, like stop, like mind your own business, make more money, exercise more, like stuff like not really good advice on how to not be depressed. Kind of, anyways. Let's see here. All right, so yeah, we're done with the news. We are ready to go to SmackDown recap, and then we'll call it a night on a freaking man. This is pissing me off. SmackDown March 3, I want to say. 2023. Oh, fudge, man. All right, here we go. SmackDown March 3rd, 2023 edition from Washington. A lot of people were hoping they were going to announce Batista for the Hall of Fame since it's in his hometown of Washington. That was not the case. So we kick off with Roman Reigns. Tells the crowd, acknowledge me, Washington. Right away, Cody Rhodes hits. And they just go back and forth, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Cody Rhodes tells, hey, is this necessary for your bloodline to be out here? This is between you and me. And Roman tells Paul Heyman and the bloodline to leave. They leave. And then Roman just grabs the titles and puts them in the, like, literally right in front, like right in between both Cody and himself. And he's like, what are you trying to talk about, homeboy? Pretty much like, what's up? And then, he pretty much tells him, shit like cliche stuff like, I have the chance of a lifetime, let the best man win. And then, pretty much Roman's like, yeah, man, your father, man, he did a Dusty Rhodes impression. But he's like, your father, we used to talk a lot of stuff, but something he never talked about was you. It's like if you didn't exist, man. So there it is. A lot of people are complaining because it's all about the father, and then Cody was like, well, this match is really Dusty's kid versus one of Dusty's kids. Obviously, because Dusty, was one of the guys that trained Roman Reigns in NXT. So he said, who's better, man? Dusty's kid or one of Dusty's kids from, whatever. Go back and watch it. It was really good. It's hard for me to explain it. Go back and watch it if you didn't, man. It's really good. At the end there, they shake hands. And Roman, Cody was like, let the best man win. This is why I hate. Let the best man win. Like I said, go back and watch it. It's worth it. Then Roman just walks away. Pretty good stuff. Jesus Christ. Anyways, then we get Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan. Rhea Ripley wins. It was a good match. Rhea Ripley wins. You start getting Bloodline backstage segments. Roman Reigns tells Jimmy, where's your brother? And he's like, I talked to him. He's doing better, but he's still not ready. And then he's like, go call him and tell him he has a week to make a decision. And Jimmy comes back. He calls him like, hey, he told me he needs more time. He's like, really? Honestly, he just told me to tell you to leave him the hell alone. Oh, Jesus Christ. And then he's like, he has one more week, man. And then he tells, I'm getting out of patience, man. My patience are starting to I'm starting to run out of patience. And he's like, I'm sorry, man. He's like, no, dude, with you, Jimmy, I'm starting to run out of patience. And then he pretty much says, he tells Paul Heyman if, if he doesn't come back next week, I'm gonna take my frustrations out on Jimmy. So now he's threatening that if Jay doesn't come back, he's gonna beat up Jimmy because of it. And then he tells Sol Sikoa and Jimmy, tonight you gotta take out Zammy, because if you take out Zammy, finally Jay will come back crawling to us. That's the whole thing. He doesn't know who to pick, whether it's us or Zammy. You eliminate Zammy from the equation, Jay will officially come back running to us. So he tells them in the main event, take them out for good. So that was pretty much, they had about 2 to 3 segments like this, but I just pretty much gave all 3 at once. I don't want to keep stopping. Anyways, then we get backstage, Rhea Ripley and Dominic. Santos Escobar challenges Dominic to a match. He accepts. So then it's Santos Escobar. That was kind of stupid. They had Dominic and Rhea Ripley go out there for Liv Morgan. Then they come back and they should just stayed out there. Whatever. They shouldn't just have Santos come out and on the microphone challenge Dominic. But oh well. Back out they come, Dominic, Rhea Ripley, now Santos versus Dominic. Another good match. At the end, man, Dominic pulls out brass knuckles from his freaking boot, distracts the referee, saying, I'm going to use these. The referee won't let him. Rhea Ripley takes Santos Escobar out of the ring and gives him the freaking riptile outside the ring on the floor, puts him back in the ring. Dominic gets on the top rope, hits the frog splash, and he wins. Good stuff. Dominic getting some wins. Then he gets the mask, he rips it. At one point during the match, he actually spits on it. The mask that Mysterio gifted Santos Escobar. And then Rey Mysterio comes out and he wants to punch him or he wants him to give him the mask back. And Dominic's like, punch me, man, punch me. And then he throws it on the floor. And then as Rey Mysterio's bending over to get it, Dominic elbows him right in the face. And then he just walks away. And yeah, still. Now they're saying they might do a tag team match, though. Dominic and Santos versus Damian Priest and Dominic. Nah, man. Let's just do the one-on-one match between Dominic and Ray. Jesus Christ. Then we get Drew McIntyre coming out to the ring and challenging Gunther for an Intercontinental Championship match because he has no plans for WrestleMania. Then comes Sheamus, and he's like, dude, I literally been telling you for months, that's the only, out of what, my 10, 15 years I've been here, that's the only title I haven't won. And you know I'm dying to win it, and you come out here and stab me in the back like this, and you want to take my match away. He's like, dude, what are you, my parent? Next I got to tell you how to wipe my ass? He's like, dude, you had 2 chances at it and you lost. Time to move on. And he gets all pissed off. They're about to fight. And then comes LA Knight. He says, pretty much saying, you can't, once again, he says, you can't have a WrestleMania in LA without LA Knight. Then comes the New Day, Kofi Kingston. Then comes Karrion Kross. They all just start freaking brawling all over the damn place. They just all start fighting over the damn place, man. And I think next week it's going to be a fatal 5-way match, and the winner faces Gunther at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Champion. I think that's what they ended up coming to the conclusion with. Whatever, we'll see, man. Still a lot of stuff to be. The mid card is still kind of obviously the titles: Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, the woman, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte, Bianca Belair, Asuka. But the mid card, what's going to happen with the United States Championship? What's going to happen with the Intercontinental Champion? What's going to happen with the Women Tag Team Champions? The mid card titles are still in question. I'm assuming the men tag team is going to be the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. But still a lot of questions. Well, I guess United States Champion, you might not even, it's going to be John Cena, right, versus Austin Theory. Are they even going to bother to put the title on the line? Honestly, I wouldn't. Otherwise, it's going to be too predictable that Austin's going to win. Obviously, John Cena doesn't have time to be a champion. Then we have, this is probably the most boring match of the night. Shayna Baszler versus Tia Nox. Shayna Baszler wins pretty fast. It's probably the most stupidest thing on the show. Everything else was kind of good. And then Bobby Lashley comes out and he calls out Bray Wyatt, but instead Uncle Howdy comes out. Uncle Howdy, for the first time, gets physical with somebody else, attacks from behind Bobby Lashley, beats him up. But then Bobby Lashley hits him with a spine buster, and he's about to spear him. But then Uncle Howdy disappears, the lights go off, and he disappears. Whatever. Gotta take it. This is what the storyline is for Bray Wyatt. I mean, gotta take it at this point. I know a lot of people are complaining, but whatever. Gotta take it. And then we get the main event, man. Solo Sikoa versus Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn right away, man, comes up, starts beating up everybody. Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa. It's like, damn, Solo Sikoa kind of taking an ass whooping in the beginning of this match. But at the end, of course, he wins. I believe Sammy was about to hit the Helluva Kick. Jimmy pulls Solo out of the way, and he misses the Helluva Kick. He hits the turnbuckle, and then Solo Sikoa hits him with a Samoan Spike. And that's how Solo Sikoa wins. After the match, Jimmy gets in the ring. He starts beating him up. Solo gets a chair. They do the stop where they put the guy in the corner, and they put the steel chair in his face. And Solo, he goes from the other corner across the ring and kind of hits him with his butt. That's how they took out Matt Riddle. But right as Solo Sikoa is about to do it, Jimmy's like, let me do it. And he moves Solo Sikoa out of the way. And then Jimmy sort of hesitates, it seems like, gives Sami Zayn enough time to get up, throws the chair at Solo Sikoa, and then Jimmy tries to hit him with a splash. He hits the turnbuckle, and then Sami Zayn hits Jimmy with the Helluva Kick, and both men are down. And then I believe he's about to hit he grabbed the chair to hit Jimmy in the back of the chair, but then Solo gets back up. He throws a chair at Solo again, but this time Solo doesn't really sell it. Jesus Christ. And then Sami just runs away through the crowd, and Jimmy Uso and Sami and Solo Sikoa are pissed off because they couldn't get the job done. Roman Reigns have told them, you got to finish off Sami Zayn. You got to take him out. So then Jay officially comes back to us. If there's no Sami, he doesn't know what to do. I don't know who to pick, Sami side or the Bloodline side. But they couldn't take him out. And now the storyline, if Jay doesn't come back next week to SmackDown, Roman's gonna take his frustrations out on Jimmy Uso. So I'm starting to think that the Bloodline, at least the Usos, might help Cody Rhodes win the match at WrestleMania. That's what I'm thinking, man. They're gonna get tired of all this manipulating shit, and they're gonna stab Roman Reigns in the back in WrestleMania. And they're gonna have Cody Rhodes win the title, and that's gonna lead to Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. That's what I'm thinking is gonna happen, man. I really do. But we'll see. But then maybe Solo sticks around and he's with Roman Reigns. But then I think, like I've been saying, I would have Solo win the Royal Rumble. You put the WWE champion or whichever one, the Universal champion, on Roman, just to have Solo Sikoa beat Roman Reigns at next year's WrestleMania. And that's how you officially end the Bloodline storyline. By having Solo Sikoa win the championship at WrestleMania 40. But I'm getting too ahead of myself. But that's where I feel it's going. Like, that's where I feel everything's going these next year, right? From this WrestleMania into SummerSlam into next year. That's where I feel it could possibly go with the Bloodline. But that would be crazy because that would be a 40-year storyline if they do that and ended up all the way at next year's WrestleMania with having Solo beat Roman Reigns. But we'll see. But until next time, I'm out. Holla.